YouTube fam, what's going on, everyone? I hope all is well. Y'all forgive me for not posting a announcement video to let you know I was going live today at 3. Had to finish up some things. Please forgive me, but we're gonna go live on IG as well. Waiting to see, make sure the audio is coming through clearly. Before we jump into it. Hey, what's up, sister? I hope all is well. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Sunday. Your Sunday's off to a great start and you are making great progress. While we're getting ready to go live on IG2, y'all bear with me 1 second. Let me make sure this. You hear me, sis? Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Let me enable camera. I'm gonna flip it. Hopefully it comes through clearly. Okay, I think it should work. We're on IG too, so it should be going live. But what's going on, IG fam? I hope all is well. Hey everyone, hope you're having a fantastic Sunday, IG fam. It's operating from a place of peace. I believe that's the title of today's live. IG, y'all forgive me for not posting on my story and posting on YouTube to say I was going live today. Oh, I gotta type that again. I had to wrap up some tasks. Oh, please. I can get it. I didn't get a chance to get to it, but I just want to let everybody know. Okay, hey sis again, good stuff. I just want to let everybody know we're live. We're here. We're popping. What's going on? I hope all is well. What's up, Malachi? Good to see you. Today's stream is titled "Operating from a Place of Peace." I just want to give y'all a perspective, something I've thought about in the past, something that I've used in the past to kind of gauge how I was making decisions and how I was operating. What's going on? That's right. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're well, Malachi. Good to see you. Good to see you too. It's been a while. I'm glad you joined today. Before we hop into it, y'all, I'm going to say a quick word of prayer, and then we'll jump into it. If y'all have any trouble hearing me or seeing me at any point in time, just let me know, okay? God, we say thank you for today. We say thank you for your grace and mercy. Thank you for bringing the Prince of Peace and our provider in every way, every situation. You provide things that we probably don't even say thank you for. So we just saying thank you for being gracious, for merciful, and for your mercy and your love abounding more than we could ever understand or imagine. We pray that you give us an extra dose of peace this week. You give us an extra perspective to see you in a new way, see life in a different way, see how we can love and serve other people in better ways. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, y'all. So operating from a place of peace. Legit, I'm coming off the cuff, as I always do. I come straight off the cuff. But I will say this live is going to be different than a lot of the lives I've done before. I want to make it as interactive as possible. I want to take questions. I want to engage you all, but I also want to give you some advice. So operating from a place of peace. This isn't my first time talking about peace on the channel or on IG. I think I've written about peace in my captions, whatever. But the biggest thing a lot of people don't take into consideration is whether you're operating from a place of peace or you're operating from a place of pressure. I don't think people take the time to gauge whether they're making decisions from a peaceful place in their heart, their mind, their being, or whether they're making decisions from a place of pressure, discomfort, comparison, envy, like gotta get the money, gotta hustle, whatever. Don't get me wrong. Everyone should have some type of goals they're trying to obtain. Everyone should be ambitious in their own right. Everyone should be going after something. But especially when we talk about scholarships too, you want to make sure you're knocking them out from a place of peace. Now, I'll give you this thought. A lot of people say oftentimes, oh, I have to wait until the last minute to do things because that's when I work the best, is when I'm under pressure. I don't believe that. If you're waiting until the last minute to do things, and I talked about this last time, I believe, is you're procrastinating. That is simply the effort of procrastination. And when you procrastinate, you don't give yourself an adequate amount of time to prepare. So if you're procrastinating, then you're not taking your missing moments to prepare and make sure that you're knocking things out of the park. With procrastination, you allow yourself to aim for mediocrity. But with preparation, you allow yourself to excel and therefore operate in excellence. You want to have a standard of excellence in everything you do. That could be as simple as washing the dishes, driving your car, not trying to get a ticket, If you're applying for scholarships, trying to apply for them and make sure that you're giving your best effort. Yeah, you can use the same essay over and over again. You can repurpose your essays. Beautiful. I love it. But make sure you aren't missing an opportunity to connect with your reader, because every scholarship provider is different. Some scholarship providers, they value transparency. What's up, Imani? They value community service. Some of them value hustle. Some of them value drive. But if you're using the same essay over and over again and you're not tweaking it or tailoring it to that specific scholarship provider, then you're missing an opportunity to connect with them on a personal level. And when we think about how we operate, and I'm going to speak directly to the students, I know things are crazy this school year. Some of you are doing virtual learning again, another term, another school year, what have you. Some of you are going back to school. Some of you are trying to figure out if you're going to even continue your education this year, because maybe you were getting ready to go to college and now everything's up. I don't know if y'all can see me. I might need to cut that light out. IG, let me know if y'all can see me. Some of you don't know if you're going to college. You may have thought you were going to school, but then your school said they were doing online learning. You were like, yeah, I'm not about it. I ain't really want to go to school anyway, so I'm just going to take this semester off. There's nothing wrong with taking time off. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. But while you're taking this time off, okay, you can see me, good stuff. I hope you take the time to get to know yourself a little bit better. I hope you take the time to get to gauge what your actual interests are. And so you take yourself out of a rudimentary structure or a fixed structure that's built to teach you how to pursue a certain path in life, whether it be to be an employee, to be an entrepreneur, whatever, and you gauge what truly interests you. And I know that may be even more difficult in in a situation or a circumstance where we're so used to having internships and externships, and we're used to getting in the field and kind of testing things out. And that may not be as readily available as it once was, but the opportunity to learn and grow is still present. You can use YouTube. You can call people. You can talk to people. We may have to go to more traditional methods than we once did to connect with people and see what their real life experience is like. Picking up a doctor's office and seeing if you can talk with someone for a little bit, engage what it's like to be an RN or a hospital, and calling to see what that's like, just to kind of get a sense of that's something you want to pursue. And though your perspective may be limited because you're not in the field, you don't have hands-on experience as you once did, you are still obtaining knowledge and wisdom from someone who's doing it every single day. And so I say all this to say you want to make decisions from a place of peace. Now, what does it look like? And I'm going to be practical here. What does it look like to make a decision from a place of peace and one not of pressure? For me personally, there is a organized and systematic approach I have to everyday life. And I did the same thing when I was applying for scholarships. And I did the same thing while I was in college, still applying for scholarships, to make sure I was operating from a place of peace. It begins with the way you start your day. If you start your day on social media, if you start your day in a chaotic environment, if you start your day just full of doubt and worry and already speaking negativity into your day, then you're not operating from a place of peace. You're operating either from a place of pressure or discomfort. If you're getting on social media, I know some people use social media for work, but everyone should take a few minutes every day, especially in the beginning of your day, just to center yourself and tune in and see how you're really feeling. See how you're really doing. How did you feel when you woke up? Did you feel full of joy or energy, or did you feel a little bit tired? What do you need to do to bring yourself back to a stable position? The one reason why I stopped getting on social media first thing when I woke up in the morning was because it automatically drew my attention to what other people had. And when you're looking at what other people have, you often miss an opportunity to be grateful for what you have. But when you open your eyes and you take inventory of what you have and what you were able to wake up to, whether it be an able body, a sound mind, or it be just life in general, you get to express gratitude and start your day from a place of peace, because you're not looking to compare. You're not thinking on what someone else is doing or what someone else has done. That's the first step to operating from a place of peace, is starting your day off in a way that allows you to center yourself. Now, everyone is different. Some people may go for jogs or walks when they start their day. Some people may go write, journal, what have you, pray, meditate, read scripture. Everybody is different. I'm not asking everyone to do the same thing, but I'm asking you to take some time and spend some time with you, yourself, God, whatever you need to do in the morning to make sure you center yourself. Because as soon as you allow yourself to engage with other people, whether it be checking your messages, answering emails, whatever. If you're taking phone calls, what have you, open the door for your office, you're letting clients in. Once that starts, it doesn't end until a certain time of your day. So you are giving for the rest of your day. You're pouring out to other people the rest of your day. As a business owner, many business owners can say they get up earlier than a lot of people because they know throughout the entire day, they're going to be giving the rest of the day. The only time you truly have for yourself is the time when you get up in the morning and the time right before you lay your head down to go to sleep. And so that's why it's so important to take a mental check-in with yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. How are you doing health-wise? And see and stabilize yourself from a place of peace. Now, when you're making decisions from a place of peace, making a decision from a place of peace is one that allows you to see that everything is going to be okay. Sometimes, and I'll be honest with, let's make it practical. A lot of students right now, a lot of students I work with, they are taking a break from scholarships because it's summertime. There's nothing wrong with taking a break, but make sure when you're taking your break, you have a plan to start again. So you don't want your break to last forever. You don't want to take a break forever. You don't want to rest for forever, but you do need to take time off because that time you step away from the project, the business, family, whatever, and you get a sense of who you are. You get a chance to refuel and replenish yourself and see things from a new perspective. It'll revive you and re-energize you and rejuvenate you. So when you do come back again, you can come back stronger than you ever were before. Making that decision to rest, which a lot of people have never done before, but it's something the pandemic has provided for everyone, is an opportunity or an option to rest. Now, some people may say, hey, I lost my job. How am I supposed to rest? My kids are home all the time, bugging me all the time. How am I supposed to rest? I don't even know if I had the money to go to college next year. My financial aid got cut in half. My parents aren't going to be able to pay the money that I thought they were going to be able to pay to help me go to school because they lost their job. How am I supposed to rest? Making that decision to rest comes from a place of peace because you're simply saying, I know everything will be okay. I don't know how everything's going to turn out, but I know it will be okay. But I'm not going to be okay if I don't take a step away, if I don't step back. Y'all let me know if this is helping you real quick. But the thing about peace, and my screen keeps going out. The thing about peace is it gives you an opportunity to really, really, really get in touch with your emotions, to get a good perspective on how you're doing emotionally. Because oftentimes, I'll use a metaphor. We're all going outside today, putting on masks. Everyone has to put on a mask when they go outside. For some people, this is the first opportunity you've had to put on a physical mask, like to go outside and breathe. But unbeknownst to you, you may not be aware you've been wearing a mask your whole entire life. It's just not something someone can see physically. It's not something they can see with your natural eye. You've had a mask on. You've protected the true you. You haven't dealt with your emotions or your childhood trauma. You haven't dealt with the things that hurt you to your core. You haven't dealt with this insecurity that you have, the need you feel to compare yourself with other people. You haven't dealt with why you always feel inadequate when it's time for you to do something. You haven't dealt with your anxiety. You haven't dealt with your depression. You haven't dealt with whatever grieving, whatever you need to do. So you have always worn a mask, but your physical act of putting on a mask when you go outside is now another act of you hiding or covering yourself, one, for the health of other people and the health of yourself. But it may be a reminder to you that there's still work you need to do to take off the mask that no one has ever seen, the mask that can't be seen with the naked eye. Okay? So I say this to say, the mask that no one is able to see with their naked eye is sometimes the one that can be the most harmful to you personally. I'm going to say it again. The mask that no one is able to see with their naked eye is the one that can be the most harmful to you. Because if you never take the time to take that mask off and deal with who you are at your core, deal with why you make these certain decisions, I'm not trying to come in here and preach, but why you keep dating the same person over and over again, they just got a different face or a different body, why you keep finding yourself in the same circle of friends who influence you to do bad things, or why you always feel the need to buddy your way up or network your way up to the next level, why you don't have a good sense of who you are and what you're going after, maybe why you don't know who you truly are and you're 56 and you're like, yo, I don't know who I am. I know who people tell me to be, and then I fit that standard instead of finding out what I'm naturally gifted with, the reason why I'm here on earth and what I'm supposed to do before I leave it. Maybe you haven't taken the time to figure that out. So it's time for you to deal with that mask that no one's able to see with their naked eye. And that forces you to take a step back and rest and find peace and stop operating from a place of pressure. Malachi said, I'm guilty of working too much and not taking a break. I feel if I take a break, then I'm in the wrong. My brain won't let me. It's one of those things I'm working on. Let me tell you, Malachi, I got to tell you straight up, I'm guilty of that too. I'm extremely guilty of that. I used to work a lot. I've usually taken Saturdays off. Saturdays are my day of rest. But the time you take away from work is so good for you. It's so good for you. Don't let your brain trick you into thinking that you don't deserve that time off, because our bodies are machines. But if you don't take that time alone, if you don't cut the machine off, it will eventually burn out, because the battery in the machine, your energy, your body, whatever, it needs to replenish itself. It needs to cool off so that it doesn't overheat. It doesn't damage itself or self-destruct or whatever. So yeah, take the time off that you need to. Yeah, most definitely. You aren't alone in that one. Oftentimes we do work too much because we think that's all we need to do. We just need to work. We need to hustle. I tell my clients all the time, hey, look, 3 scholarships a week. But I tell them the same story I'll be honest with them. I said in 2017, I was tired of applying for scholarships. By that time, I had been applying for scholarships every week for 2.5 years straight. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing this. I need a break. And that semester I decided to take a break was the semester I had to do a payment plan and figure out how to get the money to pay for school. Now, was it good that I took a break? Yes, I needed a break, but it was also bad timing because I was in the middle of coming up against my deadline. I should have made sure I had the money to pay it before I took my break, but I had burned myself out to the point where I got tired of doing scholarships and I threw in the towel. And that's a sign of me not taking the breaks that I needed to prior to reaching that point. And so if you always place yourself under this pressure to get things done, just to say you got them done, whether it be working so that you can get a BMW, or working so that you can please your family and friends, working so that you can feel like you've made something of yourself because you have all these things. If you validate your self-worth by external means, then you miss an opportunity to get a true sense of what's really worthy of being loved, which is you for who you are. If people love you for what you have, if people appreciate you for what you can give to them in physical means, then they don't really love you. Because if they can't love you for the person you are and help you refine your character so that you become a better person, are they really good for you? And sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes people can't help you and love you for who you are because they don't know how to love themselves for who they are. So they're only projecting on you their brokenness or their broken places, the things that they haven't healed within themselves. Yeah, I didn't come on here to preach. I really didn't, but this is what's on my heart. This is what God told me. He told me to get on here and talk about peace, operating from a place of peace instead of a place of pressure. So I hope this is helpful. I'm going to take a break right here. I'm going to pause and answer any questions. Y'all have any thoughts, comments, concerns? Y'all let me know if I'm rambling, if it's helpful, whatever you need me to do. Let me know. I said I want to be interactive today. So I'm going to wait and let the comments roll in. While I'm waiting for comments to roll in and thoughts and questions, a lot of you may be wondering, what is Danielle up to? She's canceled live after live after live. She has been MIA. I'm going to tell you, but a comment came in. My sister said on YouTube, I have been guilty of working through migraines, pain, and ignoring my own needs to make sure that others have what they need. It's not until my body shut down on me that I learned that taking breaks are important. 100%. 100%. I'm telling you, the worst thing that can happen is you reach your point of self-destruction, or you reach a point of like breakdown and realize that you should have taken a break way before now. So sis, yeah, we're both guilty of that, but we have to take more time to just gather ourselves, find peace, and just take a break, step back, just take some time to rest and not push through all the pain, push through all. What's up, Eric? I hope all is well. Good to see you. Push through all the pressure, but just take some time to take inventory of what we're doing. And it's not our responsibility to take care of the people. First, we have to be able to take care of ourselves, and that includes mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, your whole self, your whole well-being. Malachi said, you've been more than a blessing day. I'm glad I can help. I'm here to serve whatever I can do. I'm gonna let some more questions roll in. what I will say is that yeah, many of you all may be wondering, many of you all may have been wondering, what have I been up to? What am I doing? I've been kind of MIA. I haven't been on social media like that. Some of y'all have messaged me on social media. I'm just getting back to you. Probably checking my feed. Probably checking my feed, trying to figure out what's going on. Your girl's been resting. That's it. I have been resting, been taking time, spending a lot of time with God lately. That has been my main objective. Just spending time with him, getting a sense of self, because I'm in a moment of transition. And I'm not going to give all the background to it, but what I will say is, when you've done all you can do, like you literally have been consistent and you have been faithful over a few things and you stewarded things well, there will be a moment when what you're doing becomes a routine and it's not working anymore. Like you just feel like it's redundant almost. Like, I'm doing this all the time. It's almost like the art of mastery. I've mastered this level of this process or this part of my life. What else is next? What else is coming? What else is new? And in that moment, what I do personally, I'm not going to tell anyone what to do, but what I do personally is I go to God. I'm like, okay, God, am I doing something wrong? Do I need to pivot in a different direction? What do I need to do? Because there has to be something else for me. That I just can't be stuck in this routine. So that's what I've been doing, spending time with God, trying to get a good sense of what's next, trying to get a good sense of who he's called me to be, because there's an aspect, and I said this in my video, there's a you've never met. When change comes knocking on your door, hey, what's up? When change comes knocking on your door, it's forcing you to change, because there's a you've never met. There's a part of you, there's something you have to give to the world, something you have to give to somebody that you need to tap into. And first you have to get an understanding of it, because you can't teach what you don't know. And so if you don't know the material, how can you teach it? And so you have to take time to study it, to learn it, so therefore you can teach it and share it with other people. So more stuff about what's coming soon will come to the surface in due time. I'm not rushing anything. I'm just enjoying this step away from my routine, but still handling things, still here to help students earn scholarships. If you haven't checked out Dough for Degrees scholarship spreadsheet, we have a spreadsheet that has more than $2 billion in scholarship opportunities on it. It's readily available on our website, www.doughfordegrees.com. That's DOUGH, the number 4 degrees with an S.com. You can go there. There should be a pop-up on the site so that you can download this spreadsheet, and it should email it to you within 10 to 15 minutes, I believe. I'm going to go check that real quick just to make sure the pop-up is still there. doughfordegrees.com. Yep, it's a black pop-up that says scholarship email updates. Yes, most definitely check that out. There's also a link to contact me directly on my site if you want to have a one-on-one conversation. I offer a 10-minute free conversation. We can have that conversation as often as you want to. And we can talk about scholarships. We can talk about life. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. Whatever. That's the link to contact me. Pick the time that works best for you. I'm more than happy to talk to you. What else did I want to say? I will say, any questions y'all have about operating from a place of peace in regards to scholarships, I tell my clients this all the time. We do not write from a place of pressure. Don't find a scholarship because of the dollar amount. That's the worst thing you can do, is to find a scholarship because of the dollar amount. Find a scholarship because it's the best fit for you. That's the best scholarship you can apply for, because you can write a winning scholarship essay. You want to put yourself in a position to win. You want to position yourself to excel and succeed, and that requires you to play to your strengths. Tell the story that you know touches your heart and will touch the hearts of many others. Tell the story you know that will have an impact on your reader. Tell the story you know will help someone see you from a different perspective and see who you truly are. Are you a servant? Many times I told the story of how I worked so diligently in school and worked so hard, and some of the obstacles I had to overcome as a kid to get where I was today, because I knew that story of resilience, perseverance, selflessness, sacrifice, serving my community would hit some people and show them who I truly was at my core. I'm a servant. I love to serve other people. I love to give to other people. I love to be there to support people. And so telling that story in its authenticity allowed people to get to know me through my words and through my images and through my links. And that's my ask of you. Figure out who you are at your core. What are you naturally gifted at? What naturally brings you joy? What do people tell you that you do well, like no one, like they've never seen anyone else do that? When you do it, oh, you do it. They love it the way They love the way you do it when you do it. Nobody can do it the way you do it. Find that thing, whatever that thing is, that is closer to your purpose, closer to you finding out who you truly are than you will ever know. And that requires you to have peace, because once you find that thing, then you have to figure out how you're supposed to give it to other people, how you're supposed to give it to the world. My dad said, do you have any pain in your life? You have to find a love for yourself. Never forget God loves you. So you have to love you and be conscious of who you are. Believe. Absolutely. 100%. You're good. No worries. She said her Wi-Fi messed up. Any final questions, thoughts, y'all? We're going to close today's chat out. It's good to see y'all. I know it's been a minute, but I love you all so much. I miss you. It's good to see you. As always, drop a comment on the channel, on a video, whatever. Reach out to me, DM me, what have you. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm here to support, help, whatever I can do. All right. That's true, but some of these scholarships aren't enough, so you have to search for the big ones to try to get them. You do. I definitely understand, but it's more important to be consistent than just find the ones that are big. And I'm speaking from a place of experience. I won a lot of $500 or $1,000 scholarships. They add up. They add up very quickly. If you're just consistent and you focus on applying for 3 scholarships every week, then you may win the ones that are $500. You may win 12 of those, putting you in a position to have, what's that, $6,500, as opposed to focusing on one $10,000 scholarship and you don't win it. And so my biggest thing is scholarships are a numbers game. It's more important that you apply for an abundance of scholarships than just focusing on the big ones, because the big ones are oftentimes national scholarships. And what that means is people from the entire United States are applying for that scholarship, as opposed for looking at the smaller ones, which are sometimes local scholarships, the ones offered in your local community that less people are applying for, but you have a higher chance of winning them. So always put yourself in a position to win. Look for the local scholarships, knock those out, and get those done, as opposed to focusing on the big dollars. Not to say you can't win a national scholarship. I won national scholarships, and I know you can win them too. But make sure that you are maximizing every opportunity and not shutting any door because of the dollar amount. Because I'll be honest with you, when you're applying for local scholarships, you're competing with your friends and your peers. And what I realized very quickly, no matter how many times I told my friends they should apply for this scholarship, they didn't. They didn't want to write the essay. So that gave me an advantage because I knew who I was competing with. I knew my competition wasn't going to do the work. So I'm going to do the work. I'm going to make sure I get it done on time. Therefore, putting myself in a position to win the scholarship, because sometimes I was the only person who actually applied for the scholarship. All right. I hope this was helpful, y'all. I love you. Good to see you. Have a great Sunday. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, sister.